I was in California recently on the Star Wars set and talked with the stars. First, the daughter of Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, 20-year-old Carrie Fisher. And I asked her if having famous parents had helped her.
I don't think it applies anymore. You know, I don't think a director would want to be thought of as having hired Debbie Reynolds' daughter, Eddie Fisher's kid, you know, that he needed that kind. I don't think people take that into consideration.
But in terms of contacts, I guess it does make a difference.
I don't know. I don't know if it's helped me.
Well, being raised,
I think so.
I mean, I would think you have an edge over somebody from Des Moines, say, who arrives in...
My mom's from El Paso.
Well, that's pretty good.
But I don't know. No one's ever really told me. I guess I would have.
Well, the question centers around, I guess, your identity. So many children of famous people struggle to have their own identity. They feel it's a reflection of their parents. Do you have any problems that way?
Well, I'm not just sort of out to not be Debbie Reynolds, thought of as Debbie Reynolds' daughter, because I am, you know.
Of course.
But,
sure.
you know, it's what the other person thinks of me. I can't change that, and I don't want to have to.
Well, you see, Carrie, the fact is I really wouldn't like, I'm sorry we're talking about it, but if we didn't, the people watching would be very disappointed to learn that I was interviewing the daughter of Debbie Reynolds.
Sure.
Eddie Fisher. But that's kind of too bad.
No, it's all right. They're who my parents are, and they were...
But you're not asking me about my parents.
Well, I will if you want to. How are your parents? How are they doing?
They're deceased, but the point I'm making is it really isn't significant. But in someone's case like yours, it too often is.
Well,
let's talk about you. What are you going to do in the future? You going to stay in movies?
I hope so, if I can get...
Did you go to college?
I didn't even graduate high school.
Why?
Well, it was in the chorus of my mother's show when I was 15, and I was on a correspondence course, but it ended up that they did most of the corresponding. We were rehearsing all day and the show at night. So I never...
Well, how does your mother feel about that?
Well, she feels all right now, you know. Having worked with two knighted guys in England, it's okay with her. It's like I got my doctorship. I went to the Central School of Speech and Drama, though, in London, which is a college, so that sort of appeased her on that level a bit.
Mark Hamill is a young unknown who now, because of Star Wars, is what they call in Hollywood a hot property. I asked him if this was the big time for his career.
Oh, sure. I mean, I've been around for a long time, but it's like being an 8-year overnight success because, you know, really my career's been handed to me by George Lucas and Gary Kurtz on a silver platter. It's I'm enjoying it, but I'm going to do another film in July, which is a very small character comedy, and it's written and produced by two schoolmates of George's from USC. So I think when they saw the rushes of Star Wars, they didn't think I could do it.
Really?
And George kind of steered them in the direction of, I think, Sarah T. I played Linda Blair's boyfriend in a television movie. And they thought, well, maybe we should test him. So I was helped and hindered at the same time by Star Wars.
Was it a close call? Was someone else about to get the part and you won out? Or?
You mean in Star Wars?
Yeah.
George was 80% sure of another actor. A friend of mine, a wonderful actor, and that's, you know, I was only told this later. Marcia Lucas told me that, you know, he tested me on the final day before he went to England to stay, which is a close call if I hadn't gotten in there that day. And he thought, well, I don't know. I just saw a kid today, I'm not sure, and it went back and forth. Wow. Yeah, it was close.
Well, it's a good thing you didn't know that.
Oh, no.
You would have been a basket.
That's it, and I don't think I would ever tell you or anybody the other actor's name. It just wouldn't be fair, because if I had found out that I almost had gotten it and this other actor had gotten it, I don't think I would emotionally been able to handle it.
Actor Harrison Ford, too, has newfound fame, and I wondered how that has affected his life.
Well, I found out that, well, you can call what the position I'm in now success, just for a working definition.
Let me call it success.
Okay.
You're very good in the movie, yes.
Well, but the movie is also doing very well.
The movie's doing very well.
And so that's the definition that we can work with.
Right.
But it's not a thrill for me. I am, in a way, gratified to find out that it is not a big thrill for me for it to be a success. I mean,
well, now, really, you're here. You're the center of attention with a lot of journalists. You're being interviewed.
Yeah.
It doesn't really feel as good as you thought it would. That's what you're saying.
I never really thought about it, but I assumed that that there would be some big change.
That's
and
life,
there
isn't
isn't.
it?
But that's life. Yeah.
Expectation is always greater than the realization.
Yeah.
Christmas, you wait for Christmas.
But I'm not disappointed in the
Right.
fact that there's no thrill and success.
Right.
In a way, I'm glad that the real thrill still remains for me only in the work.
Star Wars, a phenomenal success and undoubtedly the beginning of many movie and TV imitations. So keep watching the skies. Montage will be back in a moment.
There's been talk in a lot of national publications that this is masquerading as science fiction. And it doesn't really compare to such serious films as 2001. Was that ever the intention? Was that the direction this film ever took?
Lord, no. This is about, this is space fantasy. This is the film is about the human relationships. The special effects are just the director's way of enhancing the situation.
How does it feel to be cast in a part where robots are more human and more warm and?
Well, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I'm sure that when someone is cast, say, as Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, you have to have a pivotal, character you can relate to. But is she angry that she's being upstaged by the Cowardly Lion? I was thrilled to be a part of something that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's a lot of times as an actor, that was my job to say, well, gosh, this is the lead in this play, but all the jokes go to the comedy second lead, So I realize, you read the script and the robots are just very funny, and I don't get the jokes, but that's my job.